Here's the part where I awkwardly start talking to myself. Great. Welcome back to The Void. It is the only talk show in which the people on the talk show don't know they're going to be on a talk show. I'm going to be honest, I am ecstatic about today's episode. I am interviewing none other than Trent Goodin, one of the great creative minds in all of Orlando. The guy can move mountains. I met Trent back when I was an intern for the Chamber of Commerce. I had the pleasure of sitting across from him and a dear friend, Justin, and after a weird stint in politics, came back to be their coworkers, and we've been friends ever since. Trent is a recent father, and as we all know, it takes two to tango, so shout out to Allie, his lovely wife, for helping me sneak into their townhome and set up this nice interview. Trent absolutely hates surprises. I think we're doing tacos after. Morale could not be better. Hope you enjoy.
Rosie, I got another dog.
No way!
Papa!
Oh no!
Oh no. Ian!
Trent!
What are you doing in my home?
I'll take that.
Okay.
Hi.
I love it.
You have 10 minutes?
I do.
Awesome.
You want to grab a seat for me?
I will.
I'm so excited. You handled that a lot better than I expected.
This is a dream come true, maybe?
Why don't you hang on to that and use that as audio? Because
Okay.
we're a low budget production.
Got it. Okay.
But welcome to The Void. It's
Thank
the
you.
only talk show in which the people who are going to be on the talk show don't know they're going to be on a talk show.
I'm pleased that you came back to this end of town after the ankle incident.
It's we're not gonna. That's not on today's docket. Yeah, just to start it off, I got intel from people close to you that you love surprises.
They're wrong.
So I hear. So how you feeling about The Void?
My heart is pounding.
If you see that gimbal on the counter there,
Oh yes.
I got you right when you walked in.
Carrying a baby and all.
Yeah, I got permission from
Perfect.
Allie
Yeah.
to have your baby
Perfect.
on it. But yeah, man.
I can't wait to see what my face looked like when I
I
turn
am-
the corner and you're sitting there.
I was telling Allie that the challenge of this, and I have to get your approval beforehand, is if this is clean enough, to be able to post it on LinkedIn because so many people know you there.
Okay.
We'll cross that.
Depends
bridge
on
when
what
we
my
get there.
answers are, I guess.
Correct.
Yeah.
So let's just hop right into it.
Mhm.
I said a little bit during the intro. This is so weird. I said a little
You're
bit during
not
the
wrong.
intro that I met you when I was an intern.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, obviously came back and we were coworkers, but it was so much fun sitting across from you as an intern. Was that a good experience for you?
It was a good experience, actually.
Yeah.
At first, I could not remember your name.
Yes. Good.
Which is terrible of me. I'm not good with names in general, though. We'll put that as the preface. But once I got to know your name,
Yeah.
and I realized how witty you are,
It's
you fit
fun.
right in.
Um,
I mean, you are no Curry. But
well, it's funny you say that. When I was pulling the script for this episode, I was thinking about all the interns that were there and like how talented my class of interns, if you will, were. Like Kaylee's over in state politics.
Yeah, absolutely.
JP is off doing his own thing. He has his own company. I think Analia is
I
over.
didn't realize that.
Yeah, I think so. If I'm
Wow.
not mistaken, Analia's over, doing health science, and Mo is Mo Money, Mo Problems.
I
working
mean,
for,
Mo is like
yeah.
rocking it, right?
It's
He's
insane.
at Deloitte, I think.
So, without putting pressure on you, could you tell me who your favorite intern when I was there was? Specifically, one that worked for the chamber in 2019 and 2020.
Before you put that caveat on it, it was definitely Kaylee. She was a rock
Okay,
star.
well, I'll cut that.
But
in
now
post.
that you put that
Yeah.
caveat on it, I think it was probably Ian.
Really?
Do you remember Ian?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's me. You didn't have to say that.
I
That's-
didn't have
It's
to.
funny, actually. I
but
was
I
going to
should.
send this to whoever you said, but since you said me, it's really nice, actually. I'm
Hold
super
on,
happy.
Here, I could give it to you.
Yeah, please. So, favorite
I mean,
intern. Yeah.
It's actually Ian.
Right.
Congratulations.
Good. Yeah. This well earned. It was a lot of fun.
Can I ask you a question?
No.
Is this why you wanted to know which text on the chain was Allie's?
Absolutely. Absolutely it was. Because I was like, I got to start corresponding. I was just talking to Allie, too. I got to, next is hitting up Lex. So if you got her number.
Got it.
That's going to be a nightmare. So sitting across from you, we'll talk about work a little bit more.
Yes.
I was really fun watching you just kind of tackle the world. So any like project that came your way was brilliant, obviously.
Thank you.
And recently, shameless plug, I get sponsored. The Meta Center here in Orlando, you are the first person to complete a digital twin for business development, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And amazing, because it's going to be incredible what you see next, or what you do next. I think what's fascinating is one of my favorite things you suggested was creating new headshots for everybody at the company, which is hilarious to think out of everything monumental that you do. That's like so far down. So I took the liberty.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. And I said, your LinkedIn headshot needs an update. So I'm just going to give you a few options. If you like them,
All
I'll
right,
send
yeah,
it to you
absolutely.
afterwards. So, and this always gets edited in post, but this is base Trent, right?
Yes,
So
this
your
is
classic headshot.
Classic Trent.
If you are feeling zesty, we have My Chemical Romance Trent. You can use that when you're listening to brand new albums, anything you want.
Yeah.
If you're feeling like a rock star, you're feeling out of this world, we'll give you Astronaut Trent. It's a good look. I don't think it's as popular on LinkedIn, or it hasn't been utilized. So maybe it's a
I see.
Evil Days. Feeling angry at the world.
I like the orange jacket with this one.
It was so easy, you know,
It's
Photoshop.
stunning.
Just click. And so you're feeling evil at the world. We have Villain Trent. That's my favorite. I would actually love if that was your LinkedIn profile. But
That's pretty good, I'm going to be honest.
you look like a Splinter Cell
I do.
villain.
I also look like a schoolboy gone rogue with the tie
yeah.
and the burgundy jacket.
It's just like, well, and then last, when you complete a digital twin, you go God mode,
Super
Saiyan,
Saiyan,
if you
right,
will.
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
I don't know how these would fly on LinkedIn.
They're
but
pretty great, though.
I do like them a lot, and maybe it gives you
All
ideas.
Impressive.
Maybe it gives you ideas for.
There's a part of me that really wishes that all of my profile photos were me as a Super Saiyan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I might have to vote for this one.
Something not business professional, apparently.
Yes.
But according to them. But that's
I love
great.
it.
Good. Okay. I can send you those files later.
Perfect.
Good. I will just kick right along here. We aim for 10-minute episodes.
Okay.
Just to not put you through more suffering than need be. You and I both have tattoos.
Yes.
I want to, just for the sake of the camera, if you want to tell me the inspiration behind your tattoo.
I will, yeah.
Yeah.
So my tattoo, I'll show it off even.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. The prison tat.
Oh my God. My wife's laughing from the other room.
Where do you think I got that info?
Next question, please.
Touche. All right. I won't press further. I
would just say that it's a tiny little blob
Okay.
on my hip.
We're going to get the story when the camera cuts.
Yes.
He doesn't have a prison tat. Don't worry about it, folks. I wore this shirt for a reason. Have you seen this shirt?
I was trying to look at it, yes.
Frankenstein.
That's beautiful.
It's good. Halloween Horror Nights is good this year. One of the houses, Universal Monsters.
Yep.
You and I share an affinity for horror, and specifically Universal Monsters.
Yes.
So I have a fun little hypothetical for you,
Okay.
and need your opinion. Did you read this newsletter this
I
week?
did, yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's right.
Again,
You're talking about Ghostface. I was so excited when you're like, you're a sneaky boy this morning, and I said, you have no idea. So we're gonna take the iconic monsters
He's a
here.
sneaky boy.
I'm a sneaky boy. We have the iconic monsters here.
Yeah.
If we have Swamp Thing, Wolfman, Dracula, I'm gonna get sued for that, Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Mummy in a fight to the death, 5 on, like, you know, every free for all, who's coming out on top and why? Using your extensive knowledge.
So, I'm gonna say, my gut reaction is gonna say Dracula, simply for the fact that his abilities are more versatile. He, in the true classic Bram Stoker's Dracula, he has
Right.
the ability to shift into mist. He has the ability to shift into a bat, a wolf, from a young
Wolf?
man to an old man. Yes.
I didn't know that.
He can control the whims of other people and animals.
Huh.
So he could hypothetically glamour the others and not even have to lift a finger. But if he was forced to, he's also an age-old vampire who has incredible strength and dexterity. So.
The funniest thing about writing that newsletter,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was such a good idea. And then I started looking
It was a
at
good idea.
Yeah, and then I started looking at all the monsters, and I said, I lose every single one of these
time.
fights.
Yes.
It's like,
I can't be any of these
not
monsters.
a single one of them. Well, I asked because the Mummy has locust swarms, does it
Yes.
not?
Mm-hmm.
You think that's still Dracula's trumping that?
He's undead. He can't die unless it's by a very specific means.
The Dracula? Or,
Dracula, yeah.
Okay.
So, and I don't think being eaten by locust swarms is one of them.
So, fine with that. I support
Wolfman
that.
has brutal strength,
Yeah.
aggression.
Yes.
Right. Next morning regret, which I mean, who hasn't had
Who
that?
doesn't? It's good. Well, tell me who comes in last then, because I'll support the Dracula theory.
Okay.
That's good. I didn't know about the whole turn into a wolf thing.
Unfortunately, Frankenstein, who I am extremely partial to, would
Yeah.
probably come in last, because he is a reanimated corpse of men. There's nothing to.
I thought the same. He has super strength.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't have super strength. He just has strength.
Right.
Strong enough to strangle a little girl. So.
So no, I was gonna make a terrible joke. LinkedIn safe. It's good. Great, man. I do like Dracula.
Who would you say? Who's your?
I really like Swamp Thing,
Okay.
but depending on the canon we're going with, does this Swamp Thing have the ability to like use plants at whim?
Yeah. Why not?
Because I feel like it would really depend on where they're fighting. If it was like that specific wrestling mat, probably Dracula.
Yeah.
But if it was the Swamp Thing and we're in the forest,
If we're in any sort of natural environment,
it's
Swamp
over.
Thing.
But I called that bit Hell in a Cell, like wrestling, because
Yeah.
they're hellish creatures. I'm fine with Dracula. Now that I know about the wolf thing, I mean, that just kind of negates Wolfman.
Wolfman's ability, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this was.
Wolfman's special ability is he can see the mark of the beast on the hand of his next victim. Don't know how that's useful, but
You get $1 million, but walnuts slightly taste more like almonds. It's like great.
Great
man.
trade.
This is a pleasure.
Coming up the stairs and seeing these lights,
I know. I figured.
I just assumed Allie was shooting some reels.
Kinda. I do want to give you a gift. Yeah, I know you like candy.
I do, yeah.
So why don't you have a piece of sour candy for me?
Is this just gonna be snakes that pop out?
It's a sour candy.
Thanks, Ian.
Thanks for coming on The Void, Trent. It's been a pleasure being your friend.
Thank you for having me.
If you're watching, Justin, you're not safe, bud. Till next time.
Just brace yourself.
Till next time, folks. All right.
Beautiful.
That's a wrap.
Excuse me. I'm trying to put my snake away.